very bad job?
No, you're
Okay.
So, hello, Jay.
Hello, how are you?
Good, yeah, fine.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, nice to meet you. So, one question I ask to people is, why did you came in the Dreaming Festival?
Well, I've come to Woodford many times, but I have not been to the Dreaming before. And I've got a friend who is working here, and so she said, come along. I'm new to the Sunshine Coast. I was living in Brisbane. And so she said, come along, it's really cultural. And the sad thing I think about this country is a lot of us don't know much about the Indigenous culture and the Indigenous history. We live here, but we don't know enough. And so I thought, this is where I should go.
Okay, good.
And I volunteered, so I'm doing some work here as well. And I've never volunteered at a festival before.
So that's a double experience, a lot of experiences.
Exactly, yeah.
Excellent.
It was good to actually give something back to the festival. Do some hours of work.
And
Long
so-
hours.
And so, I have many questions, but I don't know what main things did you learn about indigenous Aboriginal culture, or just about general Aboriginal culture? Did you learn being here?
I'm originally from Sydney.
Okay.
And in the southeast of Australia, we don't think we come across too many Indigenous people in our daily lives. They are here, but we don't see them that much. Up north, more. So it was just good to be
It's a
able.
city life also.
It's a city life, exactly. And you get caught up in your daily thing and
Groups.
your groups, work, all of that type of stuff. It's just good to sit down next to Indigenous people and just chat and say, hey, tell me where you're from, what you do, what you do with your time, about your family, your country.
Yeah. So you've met some Aboriginal here.
Yeah.
Will you continue meeting Aboriginal people later?
I hope so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
doing a social work degree
Okay.
from Townsville, and there's a lot of Indigenous subjects.
Okay.
So whenever I go up to Townsville, there's a lot of Indigenous lecturers. So
And so, what are you learning in your studies about this Aboriginal, in the point of view of the social organizations?
well, you learn the history of the colonisation, and as a social worker, how of course social work can work with Indigenous people, but under what they want us to do to help them, not how white people want to help.
Yeah, so it's evolved. It's a good one. Yeah.
That's
And
the difference.
from because here there are a lot of things going on. The history is here, telling me. I've seen a lot of documentary about history. Is it the same that what you learn?
We're getting better as a country.
Okay.
When I went to school, I'll never forget it, I'm 36 years old. When I went to school, this was back in 1986, first lesson in history, the teacher stood up and said Australian history started January 28th, whatever it was, 1770 or 1780 or whatever it was. And I put up my hand and said, excuse me, wasn't there 40,000 years before that date? That wasn't mentioned.
You're Aboriginal.
No.
No.
I'm Greek from North Africa.
Okay.
Yeah, Greeks from Egypt.
Okay.
Yeah. Born in Sydney. Parents from Egypt and Sudan. But it's a pleasure to be up here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. What do you think of the festival? Or what? You've been to many festivals?
I've been to Woodford. I've been to Confest.
You do Confest?
Yeah. Confest is magic.
I've been to Confest. I went to the first Confest.
Really? Confest is magic.
Yeah.
I really like Confest.
We didn't have this technology
No.
when, if cameras could talk back in those days, mate, we'd have a history and a half.
Confest was good. Confest is a good festival. And the one at Bellingen, the world music one, I went to the first one with them. And of course the festivals in Britain, done the festival scene.
What's your
over
favourite band and what's your favourite? I'll let you talk about that one.
Yeah. You were talking about music.
Yeah, talk about music. What's your favourite artist?
Yeah, you had a
Woodford?
hard feeling with the band.
Well, I love the reggae.
Yeah.
So a lot of the Indigenous bands have a reggae style to them. So yeah, last night I watched that Jamaican guy, that NUCL. That was an interesting mix. Like, I'm not that big on hip hop, but he was from Jamaica. The percussionist was from El Salvador. The keyboard guy was a New Zealander from Melbourne, an African woman. The crowd were half indigenous young kids, breakdancing, and a lot of other nationalities in the crowd dancing, you know. So it was a good mix on the stage and down. You know, it was good. And they played late. And when you live on the Sunshine Coast, it's good to have something that goes late. There's not many things. It's not like Europe, man. It's close early.
I don't know. I've left Europe since a moment, but I'm living in Malambimbi area, and there is a lot of cultural things. I found, yeah.
Malum is good.
Yeah, very nice.
Yeah.
Very nice. It's also about the Aboriginals, but they are here, so
Okay.
so I met some people also
Are you in the town or around it?
around it. And maybe I have a last question. It would be if you have a message to pass to young children Aboriginal for their future, what would it be?
Well, like I said, I'm Greek, so learn your culture, learn your language, travel if you have to go somewhere to learn about it. Sometimes when you're young you can find it hard, social pressure, you know, like you can cop some racism. I copped a lot of racism when I was young, and it sort of makes you sometimes shy away from your culture. Don't. Learn your culture, be your culture, make it part of you and be proud of it. And take it to the white people.
Yes, right on.
Okay, brothers.
Yes, right on.
Thank you, brother.
Merci.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Enjoy it, eh?
Yeah, thank you. You too. Enjoy.
Have a good festival, eh?
Maybe we'll see you later.
Let's